It started in Cuba. The US Embassy in Havana is a brutalist 7-story edifice of concrete and glass. Ringed by rusty security fences, it squats like a tombstone on the edge of Havana Bay. For the backdrop to a spy thriller, it certainly looks the part. At the end of 2016, something weird started to happen to people working here. It was the beginning of something seemingly inexplicable, something that snowballed into a huge, global, history-changing event. Something that destroyed lives and crippled a nation. And it started with a sound. There's an Old Testament story, the Battle of Jericho. The Israelites, besieging an impregnable fortress city, are commanded by God to blast the walls with mighty trumpets. Our relationship with sound is both oral and physical. Think of the Inception wah that skips the ears and cuts right through to our hindbrain. The deep, enveloping, thumping bass at a club or concert. A sound wave is a moving wall of compressed air. You don't just hear it, you feel it in your whole body. That's what makes it intoxicating. It envelops you, shakes you. You vibrate with the music, become one with it. But it can also be destructive. An explosion is the same wall of air as thumping bass, but much stronger. A powerful enough sound wave is a shock wave. A powerful enough shock wave destroys everything in its path. That's the duality of sound. It can create beauty or pandemonium. There is no actual historical evidence for the Battle of Jericho. It's a story, but one that sticks in the mind because it's such a potent evocation of that duality. Of sound as a weapon. From Project Brazen and PRX, this is The Sound, an investigative podcast. I'm Nicky Woolf. This is Chapter 1, Jericho. I've spent my career covering stories at the murky intersection of technology and politics, and I've seen some really, really weird stuff. But I've never seen a story like what happened in Havana. It's a story about national security, Cold War geopolitics, spycraft, classified weapons programs, and black ops contractors. But it's not just that. It's also a story about chaos. State Department says one thing, then walks it back. CIA says something different. The FBI says it's crap, then they walk that back too. Politicians join sides, pushing their own agendas. Doctors and scientists tear at each other's throats over wildly divergent theories. No one can agree on pretty much anything. Not on what's happening, not even if it's real. Or if it is real, on who could be behind it. And everyone is so sure they're right. Reporting this has been like running through an endless maze full of dead ends, blind alleys, and traps. Not gonna lie, it's quite a ride.
She was at the filing cabinet in front of the windows when she experienced the sound.
And it was so loud that we couldn't talk.
This has been one of the most dark operations in foreign policy of American history.
By the time we were asked to investigate it, it was way too late.
I mean, it's an act of war.
I believe it's an act of war.
I think this is an act of war.
We might have to build something a little bigger.
Okay, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
First, we're going to look at how this all started.
To keep listening, search for The Sound Mystery of Havana Syndrome wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes will be dropping in the Sound feed on Mondays, so subscribe there now to make sure you don't miss an episode.